Welcome and thanks so much for joining us here on the Owatonna Today Show. I'm Deb Gillard, your host of the program, and today is Friday, May 18th. We're glad you're with us, whether it's one of the many ways you find us out on the internet or, of course, cable TV in the Owatonna area. And please do take note of our email address and cell phone numbers on the screen throughout the course of the program if you have information you would like to get our way. We certainly would not exist without our Owatonna Today Show supporters, and we thank them very much. We hope that you do as well when you're out and about in the community and you patronize their businesses wherever possible. Our premier supporters are the City of Owatonna, Express Employment Professionals, Mayo Clinic Health System Owatonna, the Owatonna Public Utilities, and Safe and Drug-Free Coalition of Steele County. Primary supporters include Amy Swain Hearing Centers, Little Theater of Owatonna, the Owatonna Care Center, and Steele County Historical Society. And our interlude supporters are Abraham Consulting Technologies, A+ Sew&Vac, Glenn Maker and Tim Thomas of the Brickmaker Funeral Home and Medford Funeral Home, Brookdale Senior Living, Clare Bridge and Sterling House of Owatonna, Carlson Branstad and Company CPAs, ERA Gillespie Real Estate, Fairview Animal Medical Center, Horizon Eye Care Professionals, Clancher and Son Landscaping and Concrete, Napa Auto Parts, the Owatonna Business Incubator, Pizza Ranch of Owatonna, Profinium Financial, Snap Fitness, Summit Mortgage, and TPS Insurance. And we do again thank these Owatonna Today Show supporters. If you or someone you know is interested in show supportership, please get a hold of Leanne, 390-5751. She'll be very happy to get you a supporter packet. And if you are ever interested in making a contribution to the program, you may do so by sending that to Owatonna Today at 1130 North Elm here in Owatonna. We have a great program for you today with lots of information, so we're going to take a break for our show supporters and we're going to come back, and at first we're going to talk about Owatonna Rotary and 90th anniversary. A little bit later on in the program, the Exchange Center for Family Unity and their golf tournament coming up. So let's take this break and we'll be right back.
Hello, I'm Shawn McNulty with the Sterling House Assisted Living, a part of Brookdale Senior Living. Our mission is to enrich the lives of those we serve with compassion, respect, excellence, and integrity. We are a proud sponsor of the Owatonna Today Show.
Hi, I'm Dr. Beth Giltfett of Horizon Eye Care Professionals, eye care you can trust. We're proud supporters of Owatonna Today.
Hi, I'm Glenn Mager.
And I'm Tim Thomas of the Brickmaker Funeral Home, and we're proud to serve the Medford and Owatonna areas with cremation and traditional funeral services.
And we're proud to be a part of the Owatonna Today Show.
Welcome back, and thanks again for joining us on this Friday, May 18th. And we have in studio from TPS Insurance that we just mentioned as a show supporter, Dave Effertz.
Thanks for having me.
Well, you're welcome, and you're here on behalf of Rotary today, as we have you on as a guest many times, as a matter of fact.
Yes.
So thank you again for
Thanks.
joining us. And Lois Nelson, how are you, Lois?
Well, good morning. Have to be on this great, beautiful week. Huh?
And tell us what you've been up to.
Well, I'm joined the retirement ranks here now in the last 10 months, and I'm
so.
loving it.
Are you
Just
loving it?
Absolutely loving it.
What you been doing?
Yes. Well, I'm too busy to ever realize that I actually did work for a long, long time.
That's good. That is good. You fill up the space with all the things that you really, really, really want to do and fill up the time.
Absolutely.
Well, good for you.
Absolutely.
And Rotary sounds like it's a big part of that. And this is a very, very special year for Owatonna Rotary. And we want to talk a little bit. It goes back 90 years. So we think about that, and it's 1922.
22, yep.
And it's amazing. So we want to talk a little bit about the history, and there's a celebration coming up. But let's talk about how it all got started.
Sure. Well, actually, you get brought in that book, and we're going to refer to Lois first on that.
Okay, well, in 1922, in fact, we were initiated on April 1st, 1922, with our history shows 15 charter members.
All right.
And we were inducted by the Fairville Rotary Club, of whom will be well represented at our big event coming up next week.
Okay.
And they came with 25 members. And I guess it was a great party to be had by all. And of course, today we're at almost 120 members strong.
Oh, my goodness.
So we're hoping for a great turnout, and we've been working for many months on a really fun and classy evening.
Lots of awareness for Owatonna Rotary. When a club starts, and you just mentioned that the Fairville inducted the Owatonna, is that how a chapter needs to happen? It's one kind of...
Yes, one sponsors the other. In fact, we in District 5960, which is made up of 65 clubs, we're the 6th oldest
Okay.
And for instance, this club chartered the Rochester, the club, a couple of years after we were organized. And of course, in more recent years, we also chartered the Early Edition Morning Club here in Owatonna.
Okay. Has the focus of Rotary remained pretty much the same throughout the years? Is there, if there's a mission statement or a goal or a something that you kind of live by and work toward? Is there something we can let our viewers know?
Well, the guiding principles are really broad and everything like that. We impact things local, nationally, internationally. There's a lot of things that we can get into, and as a club too, we've kind of focused on a lot on youth through our Strive Mentor program, where we can mentor high school students throughout the year and help them out, and we provide them with some scholarships at the end of the year. Youth exchange, foreign exchange, we have some outgoing students from high school and sometimes a little older that go out to various countries, and then incoming as well. We've really started to grow that program. In fact, I'm hosting a kid from Denmark right now.
I was going to ask if it was your turn for Johan, right?
Yes,
okay.
Super kid, great things. So we make a lot of impact a lot of different ways, but it kind of starts out too just as our club that we meet as business people, networking, socializing. On a typical meeting, we're going to sing some songs, we're going to do a little bit of club business, and then we always have a good program that we learn of something fascinating and new usually all the time. So
yeah, what a great group of individuals, and it actually has spun off. There's an early morning Rotary here as well as the Noon Monday, which has been in existence the longer period of time, right? And so when you include all the Owatonna Rotary members, as Lois said, where you're talking both clubs.
Well, actually, with both clubs, we're closer to 150 members all total. And it's a great option for the community because we meet at noon on Mondays, and the morning club meets on Tuesdays at 7 a.m. So if you're an early morning riser or out of town, it's a great opportunity, and we collaborate together with the morning group on a regular basis. And in our program, of course, it's fun, fellowship, and our major theme in Rotary is service above self, and so you'll see Rotarians involved in almost everything that goes on in any community, but here in Owatonna particularly.
Very, very nice. There's actually a theme that's going along with your year, and what is the theme for this year?
Well, I brought along the postcard here. Okay. This is Hats Off to Rotary. Our committee has been working since last October, and we have some creative individuals, particularly Melanie Nelson and Lana Lisney, that came up with the theme, and then Mike Jensen and the Triumph folks came up with the added hats, but we represent all kinds of vocations, and so this is our overall theme, and of course our big event is now next Wednesday, May 23rd.
Okay, well let's talk a little bit about that. It's open to Rotarians and past Rotarians, and it's celebrating, of course, the 90th year, but how will the day play out?
Well, we have a social that's going to be starting at the Owatonna Country Club at 5:30, and with both cold and hot hors d'oeuvres, and we call it Betsy Lindgren's special champagne punch that she is going to be
she gets credited with that.
Yes, she gets credited with that. Dinner will be approximately 6:30, quarter to 7, and we have Tommy Thorfinson, who is a past zoned director and very connected with the Rotary Foundation, is going to be our keynote speaker. But as importantly, we're giving recognition to one of our longtime serving and very dedicated Owatonna Rotarians.
Okay, well let's talk maybe a little bit about that then too.
Yes, you know, when you reach a certain amount of term for service, like 40 plus years, we start to...
And neither of you two are there yet.
We're not quite there yet.
No.
We've got 5 of those currently that we've chosen to have as honorary members of Rotary and kind of give them a distinguished status on that. And I kind of wrote down their names. I want to make sure we get everybody. But Charlie Herman, Dr. John Schoen, Pat Casey, Bill Whiting, and Bill Kotke are current honorary members right now. And we are going to do Todd Hale as well. He's going to be our 6th honorary, and we're going to honor him at this meeting.
Very nice.
So it's just going to be another well-rounded celebration and another feel-good moment.
It sounds like a great group of individuals, and that is really, once you're in, you really love it. I mean, it sounds like people that have been involved for certainly this long or as long as you two. How long have you been involved in Rotary?
Probably about 10 to 12 years.
Well, you got a ways to go before you hit the honorary
I
status.
do.
Okay. How about you, Lois?
Well, I'm just a 10-year member
Okay.
as well. And,
Which is significant,
yes.
though. I don't mean to downplay that at all,
No.
but it's obviously, again, a very nice group, and
Right.
you're doing good works, and you want to stay involved in a great group of people.
Right.
You have it looks like a older letter here. Was this to Dr. Schoen, or what? Or no? Is that just something historical here that we're looking at, or is there a reason for that?
Yes, I slipped this to our president, Dave, here. It's part of his program for the big event coming up. And Dr. Joan found this, but it was minutes that were taken in 1950 where the club used to meet at the Owatonna Hotel. So there must have been a meeting space of some kind there.
Okay.
And it's just a fun document. So Rotarians, you'll just have to come to the event to find out what it's all about.
Okay. You'll have about how many there, do you think? You'll be able to seat?
Well, we're hoping around 125.
Okay.
So today, this past week at the big meetings, we've been reminding to those RSVPs are important, certainly, and we'll have some extra visitors and extra guests, and it will be a really fun and classy evening.
Including from the Faribault Club, when founded us.
Okay, very nice, very nice. What would you encourage people to do if they're interested in talking with you about Rotary?
Well, talking, either connecting with Dave at TPS or contacting myself, or if you're interested, we welcome visitors at our Monday meetings.
We meet every Monday, every week at the Country Club, starting right after 12 o'clock.
Okay.
So you get a good meal and a good time and a good socializing aspect and a good program.
Okay. All right. Do you think the focus of Rotary has changed over the years since? I mean, 90 years ago is a long time, and you certainly mentioned work with youth, and maybe once upon a time that was not as focused on, or do you see, as you look back at documents like this and some of the historical perspective?
There's just so many avenues of service, and they give you ample opportunities. We've sponsored wells in Tanzania, and but we've kind of again chosen to do that youth focus on them as locally as a club, but other clubs do different things.
Okay, well, certainly hats off to Rotary, and hats off to those individuals that wanted to start it in the community with that very small group, and sponsored by the Faribault Group, and now it's grown to such proportions. Then you're able to celebrate 90 years, and you guys will be in it. You stick around, and in however many more years it'll take for you to be honoraries, there you'll be. Maybe we'll still be sitting here interviewing. I don't know. I don't know if I'll still be doing the Owatonna Today Show, but somebody else might be anyway. So, but congratulations for your service that you've put into, and for having a great group of individuals here in the community. Keep up the good work. Have a great celebration.
Thanks.
Welcome, Dave, Lois, thank you very much. We'll take a break for our supporters, and we'll be back to talk Exchange Center and golf tourney.
I'm Diane Wilson of Profinium Financial, the bank that helps you achieve your financial dreams. Profinium Financial is proud to be a supporter of the Owatonna Today Show.
Hi, Ann Plasconko here from Senior Place. Senior Place has new hours. Mondays and Fridays we're open 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Participate in Zumba Gold, Bike Club, table tennis, computer classes, speakers, and much more. Don't forget the Senior Place Partnership Program with 39 businesses giving discounts and incentives with your Senior Place membership card. Membership is only $35 for the year, which comes to just $3 a month to be a member. Consider joining us today.
Mayo Clinic Health System in Owatonna, in partnership with Hy-Vee, Owatonna Hospital, Owatonna Park and Rec, Youth First, and local businesses encourage you to join the 2012 On the Move Community Walking Program. The program will kick off on April 17th at 6 o'clock at Mineral Springs Park and runs through May 21st. Our goal is to walk around the globe with the final destination of London, England, the home of the 2012 Olympics. The program is simple. Simply call in your steps on Monday mornings at onthemove@mayo.edu. Track your steps throughout the weeks, and we'll look forward to seeing you on May 21st at the celebration. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Brenda Bednar with Summit Mortgage, and I'm a proud supporter of the Owatonna Today Show.
I needed more than just another dead-end job. I wanted a career, so I expressed myself.
With the kids off to college, I decided it was time for me to go back to work and express myself. Express got me in touch with some really great companies. Now I'm on my way to a great career.
Express Employment Professionals is in contact with thousands of companies in need of quality employees. Come in now and get the job you deserve.
Express yourself today.
Welcome back, and thanks again for joining us on this Friday, May 18th. We welcome in studio, okay, wait, I was going to transpose your last name. So Eric Dowling and Annette, how are you both?
Good, how are you?
Wonderful.
It's nice to see you here on behalf of the Exchange Club Center and the golf tournament that's going to be happening. And before we get into the event, and there's plenty to talk about there too, but let's, because we probably have not had you on here for the last year, let's talk a little bit about the center and what you've been up to and families that you're serving and, of course, the things that you do.
Okay. The Center for Family Unity has been around for 26 years.
It's not as many years as Rotary, but
yeah.
still going strong.
And we do in-home parent education and child abuse prevention. We work with families from all backgrounds, all walks of life. The only qualifier that we have is there has to be one child in the home under the age of 12. So. Okay. And we'll work with families on discipline techniques, stress reduction, mental health awareness. I guess we're non-therapeutic, so we can help educate families about some mental health issues that they may have or maybe seeing. And so that's our main program. But we also do parenting class out at the Steele County Detention Center.
Okay. That's been an important program, hasn't it?
Yeah, we've been out there, I think, almost 10 years now.
Is it?
And we usually serve about 180 folks throughout the year, so it's a pretty big deal for us. And I hope it's a big deal for them out there too.
Oh, I'm sure it is. I'm sure it's why it continues, because it's been successful. It's no secret, of course, and many of us in parent positions have said it more than once, and that is there's no rule book. You know, you have these children, and there's no perfect way, there's no absolute right way, but there are certainly better ways to do things, and we know that people get caught up in stressful situations, and sometimes that plays out in the family, and that's not a healthy situation. So the center is there to help.
Yes.
It's very much a great resource. I would guess if somebody needs additional help or additional resources, you certainly get them to where they need to go.
Oh, yeah.
Or
we definitely make
funnel them to the right
referrals
people.
to like a therapeutic agency or chemical health or chemical dependency folks or something like that. So,
anything that you've seen recently as different trends, or are you kind of dealing with the same issues that have always been?
Kind of dealing with the same issues that, at least as far as my history only goes back about 9 years. So, it's basically the same stuff year after year with a few changes and wrinkles, but.
Just different things bring up the stress. I mean, a couple years ago we had the recession. Well, now the stress is financial, where it could be other things. We all experience stress in our lives, and that's one of the key causes of abuse in the home is stress. And so whatever the factor may be, that changes over time, but it's always a factor.
Okay. So, and it's important for people to know that there are people out there to help, that you don't need to deal with it alone, that there are people who are willing to walk with you and talk with you through this, and that there's instruction and classes and people who really want you to have a very healthy family life. And sometimes it's just kind of getting over that hurdle, like you said. If there's an extremely stressful situation and you're trying to get through that and keep your family very healthy, and it's just kind of saying, okay, how can I deal with this? How can I make this okay with my kids and my family and still make it through it? And then they're fine and good to go. And I know the center's been very, very good at that. And probably, I can't even imagine that you've counted how many people that have been touched over those 20-some years.
A lot.
A
lot. And a lot of those families actually end up coming back to assist in other functions. And, once they've gone through the difficult part in their life, they want to give back, to the community
understand how important it was for them.
Absolutely.
They want to do the same thing.
Absolutely.
Well, that's a huge testament to the program and what you are doing. It is funded, and we're going to be talking about one of the ways that you get funded here, and that's your main event, I think, that you have throughout the year. But otherwise, how is the Center for Family Unity kind of held up and funded?
Our main supporters are our exchange clubs, which we have across the United States, but here the financial exchange club supporters are the Waseca, Owatonna, Steele, both Faribault clubs, and and Dodge, Castle Mandeville, exactly. And then the United Way of Steele County, United Way of Dodge County, and then also our main fundraiser, individual contributors, and then also our business sponsors as well.
Very nice. Well, let's talk about this main event. And of course, the Golf to Prevent Child Abuse has been going on for, do we know how long?
Yes, 20 years.
20 years of that. Okay,
yes.
very good.
Yes.
And you brought, actually, let's start by talking about what's just prior to the golf event, and that's the Night to Prevent Child Abuse. And
yes.
It was in place and then has not been for a little bit. But
for a few years, Yep. We have decided to bring back the Night to Prevent Child Abuse.
Okay.
And that's just another way for individuals who maybe aren't golfers to get involved and support this great cause. And so we'll be having an evening of fun June 1st at the Eagles Club in Owatonna starting at 7 o'clock. We are bringing in Langer Hayes. So the live band, music, dancing, fun. We will have a silent auction there as well. And that'll kick off our main event, which is the Golf to Prevent Child Abuse, which will be on June 2nd, a Saturday this year. We've switched from our Monday, hoping that we can help keep people in work on Monday and maybe have them, spend their weekend with us instead.
So we've got a Friday night event and then a Saturday golf tournament at Brook Tree. So let's talk about a little bit about how that day goes. How many golfers can you accept? What's going to be going on the course? It's going to be a lot of fun.
We can have about 120 golfers at the event, and so we're hoping to fill that up this year. The event includes 18 holes of golf, lunch, fun prizes, golf cart, just a great opportunity to socialize with others within the community or who are hoping to also support this cause, and that's prevention of child abuse.
Okay. So when they're out there on the course, we've got a 8:30 registration, we've got a shotgun start at 9 o'clock, and then lunch and awards, and it really is a nice day for anyone who wants to participate.
It's a four-person best ball tournament.
Good. That's the only kind of golf I would play.
Yeah, that's the only kind I can
I'm a very good golfer, but that works for people who maybe don't golf very regularly, but I'm sure you will have your individuals that do a lot more golfing and choose to take part in this event and support the Center for Family Unity as well.
Absolutely.
I think you've always had a pretty good turnout on the Mondays, but this may allow for even more, like you said.
We found that it's not as easy for people to get out of work. I mean, they're doing more in less time as it is, so we wanted to try to take that stress away and help support our businesses by not taking their employees out from a regular work day. And we were hoping that if we did it on a Saturday morning, they could still have the rest of their weekend, you know, to hang out and do their things that they wouldn't be able to do during the week. So
and still support a very good cause.
Exactly.
So as we are about 2 weeks away from the event, I guess, as we speak now, what do we need people to do? Register, prizes for silent auction, or things for the silent auction, any and all? What do we need them to do?
We are looking for golfers, absolutely, and businesses that would like to support golf teams or just support the tournament as it is. We have a number of different sponsorship opportunities. They can find those opportunities online on our website, or they can give us a call. Our website is www.centerforfamilyunitymn.com.
Okay, so once you spell it all out, it's
yes. New this year, we are allowing online registration, and the links are right on our website. Otherwise, that's a little bit easier, and that's www.centerstore.org.
Okay.
And they can register out there, whether they're an individual looking to golf, we'll put them on a 4-man team, or if they have a team that they'd like to bring, bring some friends, have some fun, support a great cause.
Okay, and like I said, I think you've always had good support. How about the items for the Night to Prevent Child Abuse?
Definitely looking for baskets. Yes,
items?
absolutely.
And that is going to be, you said, where? At the Eagles?
At the Eagles at 7 o'clock on June 1st.
Okay, and do you need RSVPs for that as well? Are you looking to see how many people you have, or are you just going to fill up the place?
We would love RSVPs if we can. We do have tickets for sale. We're doing 1 for $25 or 2 for $40, so bring a friend and save a little bit to get into the event. However, we will sell tickets the night of as well.
Okay.
The RSVP is for food. We want to make sure we have enough for everyone.
Exactly. And how many people can we get there having a good time that Friday night?
We can easily have about 150 in the area.
At the Eagles Club. So a night of good music and good entertainment. And the tickets are available just through Family Unity, or where else?
They can get the tickets at the United Way of Steele County office. They're available there from any board member of the Exchange Club Center, or they can also get those online.
Okay.
Or at the Center for Family Unity office, too.
Okay, Center for Family Unity, or at the door again. But the golfers, it's very important for you to get registered now, get your foursome, sign up to be on a foursome. If you have items for the silent auction, get a hold of one of you. Certainly be there for the Night to Prevent Child Abuse on Friday, June 1st. and the Golf to Prevent Child Abuse on Saturday, June 2nd. So best of luck with the event and the kind of the new things that have been added and the little switch this year. We hope for a very successful event for you and very good support for our Center for Family Unity. So Eric and Annette, thank you so much for joining us, and we're going to hope for good weather, as we always do for these types of things too. But best of luck to you, and thank you so much for all that you do.
Thank you very much.
All right, we'll take a break for our supporters, and we'll be back to wrap up for today.
Hi, I'm Mike.
And I'm Jake with Napa Auto Parts.
Napa has the know-how for all your automotive needs.
Napa is a proud supporter of the Owatonna Today Show.
The Owatonna Care Center is excited to announce our new partnership with Dr. Middle and Dr. Wilcox of Long-Term Care Professionals. This partnership ensures that residents can be seen right here at the Owatonna Care Center when needed. With the special on-site care long-term care professionals will be delivering to our facility, our goal is to decrease hospital visits and ensure special one-on-one care for each resident. Long-term care professionals and the Owatonna Care Center are dedicated to improving the clinical management for our residents, ensuring that they receive the highest quality of care.
Do you know how to safely dispose of your expired or unused prescription and non-prescription medications? Not by flushing them down the toilet or putting them in the garbage. Doing so pollutes our rivers, streams, and drinking water supply. Take it to the box instead for safe, secure disposal. It's easy. Bring your unused medications in their original containers to the drop-off locations listed on the screen and drop them in the Take It to the Box drop box. Proper disposal of unwanted medications keeps them out of the hands of children and out of our environment. This is a message from the Safe and Drug-Free Coalition of Steele County.
Time to wrap up for this Friday, May 18th with a few announcements. Little Theater of Owatonna, very pleased to announce its 2012 Vita Alexander Little Theater of Owatonna Scholarship winners. They include Margaret Brosh-Toury, daughter of Charles Toury and Patricia Brosh-Toury, Jacob Forster, son of Robert and Doreen Forster, and Zachary Miller, son of Jean and Ann Miller. They are all of Owatonna. Austin Parrish, son of Mitch and Sarah Parrish, and Shelby Wiersma, daughter of Gary and Judy Wiersma, both of Medford. Those recipients will be acknowledged at the awards dinners at the Owatonna High School Academic and Scholarship Programs. They will also be acknowledged at the opening night of the LTO production Three Little Pigs Out West, and that opening night will be Friday, June 15th. Also, there are additional scholarships from Little Theater of Owatonna. The Sarah Foreman Memorial Post-Secondary Scholarship is available. Details and forms for the application can either be found on the Little Theater of Owatonna website or at your career center at your high school. The deadline for application is May 25th, so we're only a week out from there. If you've started it, get it completed and turned in. If you have not started it but wish to, get a hold of one of those areas, and the recipients of that or those scholarships will also be announced at opening night at LTO. Don't forget, Owatonna Compost site is open now for your yard waste. They accept brush, untreated and unpainted wood, as well as yard and garden waste. They also do have finished compost, mulch, and black dirt. Please do call to verify their availability of those things too, and you can always call the compost site directly, 475-0206, or Steele County Recycling Hotline, 451-5443. Coming up next week on the Owatonna Today Show, we'll be talking elementary school park cleanup, Owatonna Hospital Neighborhood Initiative, the SCAT bus and its changes, City of Owatonna update, and Smokin' in Steel. So have a great weekend. We'll see you next week.